It's GameCube Index, and there's a riot at the Bat Rack. It's time again to revisit the pitcher's mound, to break in our mitts, to throw some punches, and to light ourselves on fire. These are things that we can only do in MLB Slugfest 2003, which is another arcade-style sports title published by Midway. Rest in peace. Continuing their methodical mission to release a cranked-up, exciting take on different sports titles, Midway literally brought the heat to America's favorite pastime. MLB Slugfest 2003 is much like what we've seen from titles like NHL Hits and NFL Blitz. It takes a realistic portrayal of the chosen sport and makes it slightly ridiculous. Things don't get so insane as to be absurd, but now you can do things like punch out the opposing team after throwing the ball to third. The default number of innings is set to 7 to usher in a faster, shorter, and more action-packed game, but you can change it to 9 innings if you'd like. All of the mechanics of the game are there, so home runs, doubles, balls, outs, etc. are all the same. There's no radical version of the rules to get used to. Slugfest takes what you already know and puts its own spin on it. Now, unlike real life, players have a turbo meter that they can use to exaggerate different actions, and they have to earn it. The meter doesn't automatically refill, but you can increase your turbo by striking out players, making a diving catch, scoring home runs, etc. Players can also catch on fire in the classic Midway fashion, which provides them with unlimited turbo until they are struck out. Using the turbo meter effectively will allow you to nail a baseman with a well-timed punch to the face, causing him to miss the catch that might have knocked you out instead of scoring a double. The defensive team has the same option, and a bit of turbo can let them throw a nasty pitch faster than normal to tag someone out. The graphics and sound, which generally go hand in hand, aren't all that bad for a baseball game from 2002. The commentators are there in the background to give what appears to be comedic one-liners and to call the balls and strikes, but I don't think they were particularly revolutionary. Graphically, the game looks really nice. Players look closer to their real-life counterparts than they ever have before, and the animations rarely had glitching issues, which is rare for a turn-of-the-century sports title. It's easy to tell where everything is, so it's actually hard to get very confused about what's going on. The game is designed to be the fun, action-packed baseball you remember in your head, and it achieves that goal pretty well. MLB Slugfest 2003 wasn't the best baseball game on the GameCube, and it wasn't even the most outlandish, but it did get one sequel, MLB Slugfest 2004, which we'll get to eventually in episode 219. Until then, you'll just have to stick around and see all of the other forgotten sports games that the system had to offer.
That is it for this week's episode of GameCube Index. If you enjoy the videos every week, consider backing us on Patreon. Even $1 a month will do a lot to support the project and help improve the experience. It's entirely up to you. Either way, please continue to show your support by subscribing, sharing, following along on Twitter at GCNdex and at GCNdex.com. Thank you so much for watching.
Tune in next time when the only prescription is tiny yellow dots and Pac-Man fever.